All right, Drew. You ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Here we go.
Ready.
I'm ready. Okay. It's time for Dad's Show. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock. Indeed. Hope y'all are having an awesome morning so far. Kind of a rainy night, a little gloomy day. Power kept going out at the house last night, like 4 times it flashed on. Catherine, are you going to see Catherine today? Someone is fired up. Who are you going to see today? Barbara. Who else? Yeah, who else? Go Gloria. Who else? Gayla Car. Who's in the car? Aubrey. You see Margaret. Mama's phone has a car? I don't think so. Mama has a car, though. Mama's phone. Oh, well, on Friday. Okay. Here you go. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Hope y'all are having an awesome morning so far. As we mentioned, let's say some good mornings. As always, appreciate. What a busy day. I'm fired up, man. We got baseball tonight and LSU basketball tonight. So I love nights like this. So I'll get off air at 6. LSU baseball. Hopefully catch that through about the 6th inning. And then catch the basketball game against A&M. Probably put the baseball game on my phone or tablet or something like that. Watch the rest of it. So, whoa. Can we use our words, please? Use your words. By the way, brought to you by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Can you use your words? Brock. What did you want? Did you want something on the TV for you? Can you use your words? Say, Dad, I want... Lullaby Show Fast. Can you say, Dad, I want...
Lullaby Show Fast.
You say it. Say, I want Lullaby Show Fast.
Okay.
Okay.
Mama phone.
I guess he wants Lullaby Show.
Mama phone.
Well, Lullaby Show Fast is on.
Mama phone.
Well, Mama does have a phone. How about watching in reverse? That'll blow your mind. All right. Let's see. Trivia, good morning. Irfan Sayad, good morning. Stephen Miller, good morning. James Tyrone in Nashville, good morning. Julio Mendez, Stacy Abear. What's up, everybody? Dawn, good morning. Charlie, good morning. Ready for Drew's show. Yeah, I'm good with it. Mo Hubble, good morning. Stephen Miller, does Waters start tonight? I'd be guessing, man, but I think he does. I hate that it's a quick turnaround. I wish they had the extra day. But if I had to guess, I think he's going to play and start. Continuity's sake, for sure, especially coming off the day yesterday with all the Yahoo stuff. If he's available, he'll start and he'll play. We'll see. I mean, again, I heard multiple different things, like I'm sure all of you did. Was it flu? Was it concussion? Was it something else? Wade pretty definitively said they know Riff, which I would have been surprised if that was the case, man. When Will sat him for those 3 games earlier this year, he was like point blank, man, that hurt. Because that's my guy. He's like he believed in me. He trusted me. He came. He's the first guy to come to LSU and all that stuff. So I get it, man. But they're both super competitive. So I also get the chirping a little bit that a lot of people see. Zachary Courtney, good morning. Tyler Hales, I visited Brock last night. Why'd you go there? I hope you're all right. But they do have the after hours clinic. So if you're weekend warrioring it or doing the ancient athletes thing, or you get hurt and you need to go get checked out, Brock has the after hours clinic. But I appreciate you going to check him out, man. Jody Moscona, what's up, Pops? Good morning. Matthew Shelley, Joey Painich, Craig Polk, what's up? Andrew Bayer, what's up? Starting pitcher tonight is Eric Walker. I'm excited about that, too. So Eric Walker will get the start. By the way, if y'all would not mind, please hit the share. That helps tremendously. So the share button, share. Eric Walker gets a start tonight against South Alabama. Walker had a really good outing the first weekend when he went in relief of Hess against ULM. Elmo? You want Elmo? And then
Okay, baby.
classical baby.
Okay.
Okay. And then this past Friday, the first inning he worked sixth and got him up and down in order in 7 pitches. He was awesome. Then he went out for the 7th, and he walked 2. He hit a guy, threw a wild pitch. He gave up a 2 RBI single. So some of that's probably rust. Looking for him to find some consistency. And quite honestly, I'm glad he's pitching tonight and not tomorrow. I'd rather him face South Alabama than Southern. It's not a knock on Southern, just South Alabama's better. I'd rather Walker get the better test. Like, if this is a guy that you really see going back into the rotation, especially if he's going to challenge Jaden Hill, who's been awesome, I want to see him against a better team. And so South Alabama so far is 4-2 on the year. They opened up a 3-game series at Clemson, and they lost Friday, Saturday, then won Sunday. They had a midweek game last week that got suspended due to fog. Alabama A&M, maybe something like that. And then they played Tennessee Tech this past weekend and swept them. So they're 4-2. They pitch it better than they hit it. Their team batting average is about like 250. So it's a good opportunity for Walker. And you're at home. It's a better team that's usually really good out of the Sun Belt. How about this factoid? Fun factoid. South Alabama actually has a lead in the all-time series against LSU. Isn't that weird? It's like 27-19 all time. Like, South Alabama has beaten LSU more than LSU's beaten South Alabama. That's weird. Anyway, let's see. Ray Summers, good morning. Mo Hubble, what time is tip-off? 8 o'clock. So you got baseball first pitch, I think, is 6. Is it 6 or 6:30? Hang on, let me check. Let me just make sure. I'm almost positive it's 6. It might be 6:30. Six. Yeah, okay, good. I think they moved it because of basketball. So 6 o'clock first pitch, and then so you get a couple hours of baseball and basketball tips at 8. So a lot going on. That's fun, man. And then you got baseball again tomorrow. Chris Burkstaller. What's up, Chris? Hope you're doing well, man. Been a long time. Let's see. Irfan, what are you looking for from Walker? I would love to see Walker, obviously not walk people, because that was his problem on Friday. I'm not really so concerned as to how far he extends into the game. I think so much of that is just their comfort with him and bringing him along slowly in that role. But really what I want to see is the command, because that's what made Walker a freshman All-America 2 years ago, was his ability to command both sides of the plate and to throw strikes. And Eric Walker got in trouble when on Friday when he was missing, because if you're throwing 86, 88, and you have to throw it over the plate because you're behind in counts and you're walking guys, like, good college hitters are going to pound you. So I want to see Eric Walker go and just command the flow, the tempo of the game. So let's see. Edward Cooper, what's up, man? Rusty Gomez, what's up, man? Let's see. Steven, follow-up question. I didn't see Waters in the team pick with Chris Jackson yesterday. Was he that contagious? Good question. I don't know. But if he wasn't practicing, wasn't in the picture, wasn't practicing, must be keeping him away, man. Which is smart. I mean, especially if it's flu. If he's got flu, don't bring that around. Flu's going around right now, too, man. You dancing? We got a bunch of people out in our office with flu. No, Erica told me at school they had like 6 kids out with flu. Gordy had the flu last week. I mean, I know it's like late in the season. People think it's over. It's starting to go around. Y'all wash your hands. Y'all be sure to wash your hands. And go see our friends at Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Be sure to tell them Matt sent you in. Let's see. Hey, Mikkel Traylor, good morning. Nate Green, good morning. Shelby Kelly, morning. Scone, are you prepared for the midweek games? Matter Convo tomorrow. South Alabama is really good. If you recall, it was actually that me getting triggered on this topic 2 years ago started with the South Alabama game. Like, LSU lost to South Alabama, and that was when the melt happened. Because that's whenever everyone was like, season's over, they stink, can't beat South Alabama. Because if you remember the 17 team, that was, you know, a game away, 2 games away from winning the national championship. They started slowly in conference play that year because there was a brutal schedule out the gate, and then it lightened up later. Lullaby Fest. And so there was this feeling like that became the narrative, was that they stunk. And I'm like, y'all, be patient. Like, schedule lightens up. It's going to be okay. They're going to get rolling. They're fine. They got the pitching. They got everything you need. Blah, blah. And of course it did. But the one that triggered everybody in that conversation was the South. I'm going to go look up that game. Hang on. Because I remember, like, I mean, even like media people in town were going off about that game. And I'm like, people, if I recall, Will Reese and Blair Frederick pitched in that game. Like a bunch of guys that weren't even on the postseason roster ended up pitching in that game. I think LSU lost by a run. It was like 4-3. I'm going to go find it. Hang on. I'm finding this now. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, they lost a walk-off to A&M, remember? So they lost 2-3. They swept Georgia. And like the Friday game was 22-9. Nobody could throw a strike. LSU scored 1 million runs, but nobody could throw a strike. Then they go to Florida and they lose 1-0. Then 8-1. They couldn't hit. Then they rallied to win on Sunday. Remember they had like 2 3-run homers in the 8th inning or something like that. Then they lost the series. They lost the series to A&M on a walk-off, or they blew a save against A&M, so they lost that series. And then they played Arkansas, and they won that series. Let's see, where is it? They lost the Kentucky. They beat Ole Miss, lost the Kentucky series. Tulane, they swept Alabama because Alabama stinks. 2 out of 3 from South Carolina. There it is. They lost 7-6 to South Alabama. There it is. Hang on, I got to find the stats. I got to tell you who pitched in this game. 7-6. All right, hang on. Okay. I'm just going to show y'all. Look, this is... All right. The melt happened in this ball game. Look at the number of pitchers LSU used in that game. Hang on. Look. Gilbert, Reese, Hunter Keel, Blair Frederick, Colin Strahl, look at Peterson, Beck, Bush, Bain, and Reynolds. They used like 10 pitchers in that game. Oh, man, that was funny. I mean, like, Maneri and Dunn were literally, because at that point they had swept Bama, they had beaten Auburn, they take 2 out of 3 from South Carolina. They were making their charge. And it was like, at that point, they were just trying to get through this stupid midweek game. And so they throw Hunter Keel and Will Reese and Blair Frederick and Colin Strahl and like a whole lot of nobody just to eat up innings and get through the game. And they lose by a run. And there was total melt after that game. That was the one. That was the one that triggered the midweek game conversation. Let's see. All right, back to your questions. Sorry for that deviation, but I'm not sorry. But you did it, Shelby. You got me sidetracked. Kyle Gallo. Good morning, Matt and Drew. What's up with Wade being subpoenaed? So I would encourage you to go listen to my AFR podcast from yesterday. Hour 1, second segment. I gave my full, long thoughts on it. But the long story short is he's not been subpoenaed yet. Yahoo is reporting that he will be subpoenaed. The federal corruption trial is at the end of April 22nd, so it'll be after the basketball season. Will Wade was on a wiretap in October that was released in October, talking to a guy that's already been convicted in a federal corruption charge case. So, of course, when the trial comes around, anybody on a federal wiretap is going to be subpoenaed to testify. I mean, I don't think the FBI would say, "No, we're good. We don't need to talk to him." Hey. But the important thing to note is 14. It's on Mama's phone. Will Wade has not been charged with anything. There is no open investigation from the NCAA into LSU. The prospect that Wade was discussing on that wiretap did not come to LSU. Go to Fresh Market. Will Wade has said point blank that he's never had any dealings with Christian Dawkins or transactions with Christian Dawkins. So until there is any evidence at all that suggests impropriety, this is a non-story. That was my whole, I get why you read federal corruption trial, subpoena. You see all these really scary buzzwords in a headline and you think, oh my God, is Will Wade going to prison? Well, he's not going to prison. It's not illegal to pay to get a guy to go to your school. That's not a federal offense. Even if you did it, the NCAA may not be happy about that. But it's not a federal offense, and even still, prove it. And so my point is, if and when Will Wade is sitting on a witness stand under oath and says anything incriminating, until that happens, this is not a story. It's not. And I'm not saying that something won't come out. It's a bad look, no doubt. Lullaby show fast. It's a bad look, but until thank you for coming to tell me, Drew. That is so good. Thank you. But until something comes out, it's not worth melting over. It's just, there's no shred of evidence that's been detailed yet that suggests any wrongdoing. And again, I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I'm not saying that they don't have it. I'm not saying it won't come to light. But until it does, Stewart, I seen something about Wade being federally subpoenaed. Do we have anything? Oh, I just talked about that. Stewart said the article's kind of confusing. Well, that's why. Because there was no story yet. But of course, if you remember back in October, there was Christian Dawkins was a runner for agents in that Adidas corruption scandal.
Gotcha.
And Wade was on a federal wiretap as they were trying to pop Christian Dawkins. Wade and Sean Miller were. So now that they're having the basketball corruption case. Hey. What? Can you use your words, please? Dad show. They're going to talk to someone on a federal wiretap. Smart. Edward Cooper, Matt, how's your eyesight after surgery? Is it the real deal? Perfect. I see better than 2020. I see 2015, and I can read some letters on the 2010 line. It's amazing. I had LASIK, for those that don't know. I had LASIK at Williamson Eye Center at the beginning of September. Awesome. It's one of those things I wish I had done years ago, and I was always told I wasn't a candidate for LASIK, and I'm kind of ticked about that now in hindsight, because I was a great candidate for LASIK, and it's phenomenal. No glasses, no contacts. I see perfect. Yeah, it's phenomenal. So many myths about LASIK. I was glad I went and talked to Dr. Blake Williamson over there. He was able to answer all of them. I was scared of the laser. That was my big concern. Two concerns with LASIK. I was scared of the laser, and some people had always said, well, it wears off. The truth is LASIK doesn't wear off. LASIK deals with 10% of your eyeball, and the other 90% of your eye, your eyeball continues to age, so you could have other issues, but LASIK itself never wears off. Let's see. Andrew Bayer, you see any clear starter changes in the lineup for baseball tonight? No. The only thing I'm curious is what they do at first. Everything else will be status quo, because your infield is set except for first base, and then your outfield, of course, is set. If they get a lead, they may sub, but we'll see. South Alabama starting a lefty tonight, so this would this theoretically would be Drew Bianco's turn to start, but I'm more interested in seeing Beloso. Like I want to see Cade Beloso continue to bat, and the kid that the guy South Alabama starting tonight. He's a senior lefty, but I don't know much about him, but he's only got 2 innings pitched on the season. So it's not like he's been a regular starter. Maybe he's their midweek guy, and he started last week in the game that got postponed by fog. I don't know. But he's only thrown 2 innings all year. Stephen Bro, what's up? Dwayne Morial, good morning. What's up with Wade getting subpoenaed? I got that one a few times. Charlie Cavell, Eddie Stanky, former head coach at USA. Stanky Field, of course. I made a joke about that. The first time I learned it was Stanky Field about 10 years ago. Some South Alabama fans were not happy with me. Keith Rosenbach, good morning. Mike Touche, good morning. Sam Dixon, good morning. Trivia, so you tell us this midweek game matters? Nope, doesn't matter. The result doesn't matter at all. What matters in midweek games is getting better, is learning about your team, helping figure out roles, getting guys at bats, like all the practical stuff to make you better for the games that do matter. That's what matters. The result doesn't matter. If LSU loses this game tonight, it's irrelevant. If Florida lost 2 midweek games last week to South Alabama and North Alabama, and then they went and took 2 out of 3 from Miami. So what matters more? 5. 1. Hi. Lullaby Show Fast. Charlie, great to see Chris Jackson back in touch with the program. That's true. He actually went to a game last year with Dale Brown, sat with him in the seats in the PMAC, which is great to see. Okay, baby. Classical baby. Okay. I love you. Jacques Doucet did an interview with Chris Jackson yesterday and asked him about, if he'd want his jersey retired and all. But the thing is, like, that can't happen because the LSU's Hall of Fame, bylaws require that you graduated. So, I mean, Chris Jackson left after 2 years, so it's not possible if he graduates. Unless they amend the bylaws, but I mean, Shaq had to graduate before they would retire his number. It's just, I don't see that really happening. But on merit alone, yeah. Let's see. Stephen Hoogie, morning Sconer. Stephen Miller, Alabama series in 2017 was the jumping point. It was. They swept Bama, who was just terrible that year. They took 2 out of 3 from South Carolina. They swept Auburn. That's when they went on their run. Ole Miss. Boyer Derice, morning Matt and Drew, excited to make my first LSU baseball game of the season. Here you go. Should be a good one, man. South Alabama will play hard. They're a good team. So I doubt you'll see one of those like 17-4 type games. Shelby, where can I find the first midweek rant? Hopefully not. Andrew Bear, will they retire CJ's jersey? Just talked about that. So no, I mean until unless if he's graduated and I'm not aware of it, can't retire his number. Ben Clark, what's up? And by the way, so as a random aside, I'll go on record, and I've said this before, but just to continue to put it out there, I think LSU is going to have to amend that policy because the best players because it's not just for retiring jerseys, that's also for the Hall of Fame. To get in the LSU Athletic Hall of Fame, you have to have graduated. Okay, Lullaby Show Fast. The problem they're going to run into is the fact that in this day and age, the best players obviously don't stay 4 years and graduate. They leave. Now, some come back and get their degree, but, like, think about all your national award winners in every sport. Like, they don't stay. It's not just a football thing. Like, you gonna tell me Alex Bregman? I mean, Aaron Nola is the best pitcher in the history of your program. Now, I'm not saying he's the best prospect because I think Ben McDonald going number 1 overall, but he was a top 10 pick. But as far as college career, he's the only 2-time SEC Pitcher of the Year. He was National Pitcher of the Year. Aaron Nola is the best pitcher. He had the best career of any pitcher in the history of your program. And he should have his jersey retired one day. But he left after 3 years. So he didn't graduate. So Aaron Nola can't have his jersey retired. Bregman can't have his jersey retired because he left after 3 years. Patrick Peterson can't. and forget about having Jersey retired. Just talk about being in the LSU Hall of Fame. Patrick Peterson can't be in the Hall of Fame. Devin White can't be in the LSU Hall of Fame. Morris Claiborne, Tyrann Mathieu, Lullaby Show Fast. Just think about all the national award winners you've had. Mo Claiborne won the Thorpe. None of these Lullaby Show Fast. None of those guys are ever going to get in the LSU Hall of Fame, Athletic Hall of Fame. I mean, come on. Like, they're going to have to amend that policy eventually. You just have to. Let's see. Ben Clark, what's up? Megan, what's the spread tonight? I think Steven posted it, didn't he? Leroy Blanchard. I just got a message from Ronnie Duga. I think Drew blocked me. Let's see, how do I know how to check that? I'll have to check it later. Todd Peterson, 11. See, LSU's 11.5 tonight. That's about right. But A&M, I'll tell you this much, man. A&M, they've won 4 of 5. They're playing better. They're winning at Arkansas this weekend. It's pretty impressive. What?
Elmo.
What about him?
Catherine.
Huh?
Catherine.
Catherine? Are you going to see Catherine today at Abilities? He gone. Josh Long, midweek, hashtag midweek games mattered. Hashtag no they don't. Craig Schilling, Matt said Peterson. Ted Peterson. LSU receivers. I'm not getting triggered this morning. Not doing it, Josh. Stephen Bro, instead of midweek games, let's talk about receivers. Nope. Let's see. Brian Robert, why haven't we seen Gilbert out of the bullpen yet? Beck struggling and Vetmeyer is very erratic. Gilbert's not ready. He had shoulder surgery this offseason, so trying to come back from it. But we should see Mikhail Hilliard this week in relief, which would be great. Because my point with Mikhail is I think he's the style of pitcher they're going to need in contrast to the power arms when you don't have a lefty. So part of the conversation has been LSU not having left-handed pitching. Well, if you have Hess or Hill or any of these guys that are up there throwing the ball 94, 95, and you can counterbalance that with Mikhail throwing a 7-8 mile an hour off-speed pitch with the MLB spin rate that we all talk about, like that's just a completely different look for a hitter. So I think getting a guy like Hilliard back is important for LSU. Todd Thoreau, Kyle Larison, what's up? Stephen Bro, we've seen Gilbert a couple times. No, you haven't? He's not pitched this year. And Vetmeyer has been erratic. That's true. Craig Schilling, how about putting Diet Coke in your Whistle Pig 12? Don't you do it, Craig. I've watched every inning and haven't seen this because he hasn't pitched. Gilbert's not pitched. What?
Have fun.
Catherine, are you going to see Catherine today? Catherine's works at Abilities. What you doing? Huh? What are you doing?
Mimi, come.
Is Mimi coming? Huh? Mimi's coming over? Got him. Mimi's coming over? You're so pretty, Drew.
Have fun.
Catherine. Okay. Is that Drew? Is that fun? He sees himself on the screen with the flowers and everything now. Is that funny? Is that Drew with flowers in his hair?
What about you? What about you?
Lullaby show fast. Jordan Grace, if they retire Chris Jackson's jersey, would you use CJ or respect his name change? That's a really good question. I have no idea. It'd probably be on his request. And he'd probably want, he'd want Abdul Rauf on there, I'm sure. Joey Painich, 97, South Alabama beat us in the regional, beat Long Beach State in 11 innings. Had to beat South Alabama twice. Joey, I was in high school, and the games weren't on TV. That regional, when y'all had to come back and beat South Alabama twice, I stayed awake in my bed listening to that on the radio. It was a Sunday. I mean, it was a Sunday night at school the next day. But I remember that very, very well. Let's see. Brian Robert, I blame Watson's batting struggling to cutting his hair like Samson from the Bible. I was waiting for somebody to say it. Look good, play good. Let's see. Malcolm Adams Ogeron III. Good morning, Malcolm. Brian Robert, imagine if this team still had Papirski behind the plate. Well, his eligibility's been done for like 2 years. So, and it's not just Pap, man. They had a great run of catchers. They had Pap. They had Savic was a really good defensive catcher who emerged. I mean, just run through the years, they've always had those guys that were good defensive players, man. All the way back to Gibbs. They've sort of just had a good run of catchers that just stopped last year. Lullaby show fast. Okay. Lullaby show fast. Let's see. Again, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Ooh, Hester was mad last night, so I got all this Brock swag and he don't. Did I not start it? Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. Lullaby show fast. Lullaby show fast. Let's see. So Andrew says you think the infield is set. Hughes, Broussard are safe. As long as they hit, yes. I don't doubt that Gavin Dugas could play second, but Broussard is better defensively, and if he's hitting, he's safe. And I'd say the same for Hughes. Hughes is your best defensive option at third base. I don't think you have another option at third base. From what I understand, Drew Bianco, he ain't ready to play third in college, not yet. So Hughes is your option. You just need Hughes to hit. And I mentioned this on AFR yesterday. There were 2 instances this weekend where Hughes is batting 260, like 259, which I can live with that if it's a productive 259, 260. There were 2 instances this weekend where he came up in big spots. Let me put big spots, right? I mean, you blew this team out 3 times, but twice, then Sunday was whatever. But on Friday, they had a runner on second, and Maneri was trying to bunt Hughes, and Hughes missed the bunt. And so with 2 strikes, he swung away. He got a base hit through the right side, RBI single. That builds confidence in the coach allowing you to swing away. Then on Saturday in the blowout, he came up in a bases loaded, 2-out situation. And at this point, it was like 8-4, or 8-1, whatever. They hadn't blown it open yet. Bases loaded, 2-out, 2-2 count. He rips the ball through the right side, 2-run score with 2 outs. Like, that's the kind of moment where it's like, all right, bases loaded, 2 outs. Like, Hughes got to get a hit here to swell this lead, and he did. So he's come up in some spots this year where he's been better. Last year he wasn't even competitive offensively. He's been better. Now let's see as the competition increases, but that's been encouraging so far to see Hughes swing it pretty good. Let's see. Duplantis supposedly has a younger brother who's some kind of track and field backup. We did go to Albertsons yesterday, didn't we? Who did we see there?
Chrissy.
Mm-hmm. We saw Christy. Josh Cooper, what's up? Let's see. Get through the rest of this here, y'all. Andrew Bears, to get people bothered by people calling him Chris Jackson. I don't think he gets bothered by it. He's a good guy, man. I had a chance to spend some time with him a couple of years ago. He was doing a camp over at the I think at the Team Sportsplex with Brock Cantro, and we were promoting it for him. And so he came in studio, and I did an interview with him, and we aired it on AFR. And I got to spend probably about half an hour with him. And he's just like he's a guy who's just genuinely a peaceful man. I think just very grounded, at peace with his life and where he is. I don't get the sense there's a lot that's that bothers him. But I'll tell you this: so Jordy, this is a good story. So Jordy was one of the team managers under Brady, and at the old, I guess maybe before Brady got whatever. Jordy snagged a picture, and he had a couple actually. One is Shaq Duncan, which we had in the old ESPN studio for a while. I don't know where it is now, but another was that picture. If you're familiar with LSU basketball, you've seen the picture. It's Chris Jackson in the dungeon, which was the gyms in the basement of the PMAC before they built the new facility. He's sitting back against the wall, right? And, holding the ball and his feet out sort of thing. You've probably seen the picture if you're LSU basketball. Well, Jordy had this picture, and he had it blown up on this, cork board. I guess it was in the old facility. He took it. It was just this big picture in a frame. And he brought it to get him to sign it. And Mahmoud was like, do you want me to sign it, Chris Jackson? And he's like, I don't ever do that anymore. But if you want me to do it, I'll sign it. He's like, I'll do it either way. And Jordan was like, man, if you sign it, Chris Jackson, that'd be awesome. So he did. So he signed it. He signed it, Chris Jackson. And this was 2-3 years ago, maybe. So Jordy, I'm sure he probably kept it for Jordan, but he's got an awesome vintage picture of Chris in his LSU gear in the dungeon, and it's signed Chris Jackson. It's pretty cool. He was a great guy, man. I'd love to talk to him again, man. He was great. Hang on, let me go vent. I'll be right back. Hang on, let's vent your belly. Vent your belly. Vent your belly, vent your belly, vent your belly. Come here. Come here. See Daddy. Vent your belly. 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 There we go. Better. The better. Sit up. Sit up. Okay. Let gravity work. There you go. Okay. Well, that's what's going on with that lately. All right. Remember about Brock. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, 5 locations, 33 board certified and fellowship trained physicians, all the subspecialties you could possibly want. Maybe you're old and your knees and hips hurt. They can help you at the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Let's see. Carrie Hughes, good morning. Y'all are thinking of Randy Jackson from American Idol. Scott Allen, Stephen Beach, Jared Johnson, Bruce Moberly, Micah Richards, good morning. Good morning, Kirk Taylor, good morning. And if y'all would, please, as I keep reminding you every day, hit the share button. That's a big help. Midweek games are good for working on the bunting game. Get out of here. Blocked. William Engelman, and both of Dick Vitale's broadcasts, he said it's awful. The court is a name for Dale Brown. Thoughts? I agree. I'd love to see it, but I've mentioned this before on air and here. the for that to happen, there has to be a nomination for the Hall of Fame committee to vote on. Like, there has to be a formal nomination. So somebody has to do. Like, I remember asking. Lullaby Show Fast. I remember asking something like, "Why isn't Glenn Dorsey's number retired?" Which it should be. Like, they should have already done that, in my opinion. It's like he's met all the criteria. Graduated. It's like you gotta be 5 years after your playing days are done. Like he meets all the criteria. It's like, why haven't y'all done that yet? Like, you know, he won all the national awards. What, Drew? And the answer was nobody's nominated. Hey, Drew. Anyway, so I think I don't know this definitively, but to the best of my knowledge, Dale Brown Court has never come up for a vote with the Hall of Fame committee. Like, there has to be a formal nomination process, and the whole criteria to nominate is online. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll be the one to do that. I'll get all the stuff together and get Dale Brown Court nominated. You have to get like a couple of letters of recommendation. Then you have to go like make your pitch to the Hall of Fame committee. Why? You know, it's some work, but you know, people speak on a person's behalf. Hey, Uncle Benny, good morning. His mama named him Chris. I'm gonna call him Chris. His mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. Oh, putz you all. Hey, Uncle Benny said hi and that he loves you. Hey, Uncle Benny said hi. Can you say hi, Uncle Benny? Can you say hi, Uncle Benny?
Buggy.
All right, well, that was close enough. He tried, Uncle Benny. That was close.
Buggy.
Benny. Hey, look. Benny. You say it. You do it.
No.
What?
Eagle.
Huh? Awabasan. We did go to Albertsons last night. Hey, Robert Gremion, Cheryl, good morning. Joe Stevens, good morning. What? Use your words. You want a hug? You want a hug? What's up with that smile? Huh?
Dad show.
Yep, this is Dad's show. You got it. This is Dad's show.
Fresh.
Huh?
Fresh.
What?
Market.
Fresh Market. Let's see. Terrio podcast this week. Yep, Craig. Terrio podcast today at noon. Ooh. Dad. Drew was about to block you. You were about to block Papa. Oh my goodness. I got it just in time. You were about to block Papa. I saved Papa just in time from Drew's banhammer. Bruce Moberly, I'd love that. William, wasn't Rupp Arena called Joe B. Hall Court at one time? I don't know that. Terrio podcast at noon today, noon central on the ESPN Facebook page. Elmo. Daddy's car. Mommy's watching. Hi, Mommy. Hey, tell Mommy, hey, Mommy, go to work. Say, Mommy, you should be doing work. Right? What? Bus. Yeah. Hey, Drew, I have a question for you. Where are you going to go today? You figured me out. Okay, sorry. Hey. I was a ball boy when Chris was at LSU. It was cool. Ben Guillot, is Kramer's mom still coaching? Y'all are so stupid. Oh, man. Come see Dad. Come see Daddy. I'll get you. Oh. All right, see you later. Kyle Guy, I think my new favorite song is Let's Venture Belly. Awesome, man. Let's see. Tyler Landry, good morning. Irfan, who needs to anyone can nominate anybody. So, like, for retiring jersey, for the court, for Hall of Fame, like, anybody can nominate for that. You go to LSUsports.net, you go to, like, the Hall of Fame page. There's a link to the nomination. It tells you what the criteria are. You print it, you fill it, you get all that stuff, and you submit it. And the Hall of Fame committee votes on it. I mean, that's how it goes. It's my dad telling me to nominate Dale Brown for Dale Brown Court. Like I don't have enough work to do. That's what I need to do, is take on that challenge. I'll tell you what. I'll make a call today and see if it's been done before. And if not, I'll do it. I'll nominate him. Jason Meeks, Ryan Seacrest, watch out. We're getting close to the end. Scott Broussard. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're at the end. Good. I got to go. Scott Broussard, Jonathan Faru, Gary Wall, good morning. Last full day today. Let's get the brain to the gym to see if you can bench 275. Last full day is today. What does that mean? Kirk, you mean here, I guess. Here in town. He did it last week, and he only got like 250, and that was on a Smith machine too, like with the cables. So we clarified that does not count. Let's see. All right, that's gonna do it for us. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, as always, for sponsoring Morning Scone. Great people. I think I'm actually going to be at their Livingston location tomorrow. Remember, they got the Livingston location. I-12, take the Walker exit, go right, half mile on the right. They're in the hospital right there. So if y'all are out in Livingston and you're in need of an orthopedist, go to the Brock Livingston location. No need to come into town. They're here in Baton Rouge. So y'all have a good one. One more. Cameron Carter, morning, Matt. You think LSU should have been ranked higher? Sure, but I just don't care. Basketball rankings, all rankings are completely irrelevant. I want to see what they're in the net, and ultimately what the committee decides is what matters. I don't care about the rankings. And let's not forget LSU did lose a home game to unranked Florida last week. So you have to consider both. All right, that's going to do it for us. Y'all have an awesome day, and we will see y'all for a Locked on LSU and Riot podcast today, and then AFR. We'll see you then later.